Today, I'm gonna take you along with me to show you what I eat in a day. I absolutely love food. Quite honestly, once I'm done a meal, I'm already thinking about what I'm gonna eat for the next meal. So this is a very fun episode for me because I get to do something I'm super passionate about, which is eat and talk about food. I mix up my meals every single day. Every single breakfast, lunch, and dinner are different. I try to keep my bigger meals at the start of the day. My grandmother, who is 101, always said, you eat breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, and dinner like a pauper, and she's 101. So I'm gonna take her advice over everyone else's. I'm not skipping breakfast. I'm not into that. I just like to have as much natural food as I possibly can and as much variety as I possibly can. So today, this isn't what I always have, but today I'm having some oatmeal. As you can see here, I've added some chia seeds and hemp hearts here. I got some coconut for a little bit of flavor, some peanut butter under there for a little protein. Got some blueberries, raspberries, and a little more protein. I added an egg. This might look like a large breakfast to some, but I'm not eating until about 1:30 today, so I have to get all the way from now until 1:30, which is scary for me. So I wanna make sure I'm well fed, but that's essentially my breakfast today. Other days I'll do toast with avocado. I'll put fish on my toast for breakfast. I'll have leftovers for breakfast. There really is no rhyme or reason. I just try to eat whatever I have, make it as easy as humanly possible because I gotta get out the door as quickly as humanly possible to get to work and do all the things that us busy women have to do. So, bon appetit. One of the things that I have added in is like a latte beverage. And the reason for this is your girl, she can't have caffeine anymore. I know, it's a sad day. I used to be one of those, like as a kid, my mom used to give me black tea before I went to bed. And so throughout all of high school, university, all my 20s, I would drink like caffeine late at night. And then I started realizing, okay, maybe I shouldn't do that. So I only started drinking caffeine in the morning. And then I started realizing I was getting jittery feeling, nauseous feeling, anxious a lot. And so I started slowly but surely cutting back my caffeine intake. So I was going from like 2 cups of coffee down to 1 and 1 decaf, but now I think I'm actually gonna just cut it out entirely. It just doesn't do me any good. So what I have found are these fun little things from Bloom. There's lots of different companies that do this that like are just powdered mixes that you can throw into a mug or a glass, and you can make them into like iced lattes or hot lattes, which I've done here today. I've added the Bloom Superfood Blue Lavender one. They're supposed to be healthy. The ingredient list is very, very short, and so I kind of like it, and it makes it fun, right? Like every day I have like a different adventure, what I'm gonna choose from. I also then can add whatever milk I want. Today I think this is almond milk, but I also drink soy milk, coconut milk, oat milk, regular milk. I drink all of it. I try to get different ingredients throughout the weeks so that I'm getting different nutrients into my diet by swapping out the milk, swapping out my coffee replacement. And so now, this morning, I'm gonna enjoy myself a nice little warm beverage here. It smells like lavender, it's fabulous. And I really try to like take it in and enjoy those like sweet, soft moments versus the caffeine where it's like, just drink the caffeine, oh my God, I gotta get the caffeine in me. Day to day, I really try to stick to something that makes me feel good and is easy. So this is very, very easy. I keep all these ingredients at the office. You could use like a little whisk to make it more of a latte, but that seems like a lot of extra work. So I just pour and serve. Okay, now lunch is probably my favorite meal of the day. It also happens to be my biggest meal of the day. And today I have brought food from Protein Chefs, which is an online meal delivery service. I have tried them all. Okay, I have tried Factor meals. I have tried One Life meals. There was one by Rose Reisman, who is a nutritionist. I've tried them all. This is the one that I've actually stuck with for the longest period of time. Okay, we're talking years now. I've been devoted Protein Chefs person. There's enough variety, I find, so I don't get really tired of it. I find that the ingredients seem clean, and the serving sizes are a little bit big for me because, quite honestly, the calories in this vegan tofu paella is 418 calories. So some people might find that a lot, but because this is my biggest meal of the day, I'm not that worried about it. My dinner's gonna be a lot smaller, but if you were eating like equal calorie foods for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You might find this a little bit much. This is gluten-free, dairy-free, nut-free, free of everything, but it has a lot of taste, okay? I'm not gonna lie, I love it. So, quick hack, for me to make this at home would cost me a bunch of money because I would need peas, mushrooms, rice, tofu, this little garnishy thing. There's some type of aioli on here, garlic aioli, and did I say tofu? Onions, okay? So you'd have to buy all these ingredients, and then you'd have to make the thing, and who has time to make paella at home on a weeknight so that you have a great lunch for the next day? So for me, the best way to get around that, and I'm sure cooking from home is a little bit healthier, but for me, this is the best way I can do it. I open my fridge, I grab whatever meal I want. They get delivered on Sunday. It's like grab and go. I got my trusty little serving utensils with me from home, and I just find it's the easiest way for me to make sure that when I'm hungry at work, which happens around 11, and I'm waiting till noon, that I don't then go, okay, now let me just run down to the Chick-fil-A that's downstairs and go and eat that. Instead, I just heat this up. I don't have to think about it, and it's pretty darn great. And last but not least is dinner. I generally like to eat as soon as I get home because I got rumblies in my tumbly. I'm hungry. I'm kind of hungry all the time. And so when I get home, that means I need to eat ASAP, which means I don't have time to cook. Okay, I don't have time to heat food in the oven and wait for that whole ordeal. I get home, I set this bad boy up, and we start making some food. So I make a smoothie. Okay, what I like to do is make different kinds of smoothies. Again, this is the third time you're hearing it now from me, but essentially I put different ingredients. So now I'm gonna use cashew milk, which is absolutely great, but you can use any kind of milk, really. Then I like to top it up with a little bit of coconut water. I've actually just recently added coconut water to my smoothies. I find it adds some sweetness without having to add any sweetener. What I also add, and before you guys get all freaked out, where's the protein? Where's the protein? Okay, because I'm not gonna be adding any protein powder to this. Instead of using protein powder, I actually just like to use some egg whites. I get some protein that way. You could also use like condensed milk or milk powder to put into it, which would kind of replace like a whey powder. But I like this. I'm living on the edge. I know some of you are cringing like, egg whites raw in a smoothie? Yeah, I've been doing it for years and I've never had a problem. So we put a dash of that in there. And if I have a problem, I'll let you guys know. Then I'll take a banana. Okay, I put a banana in there. Fresh banana if I can, otherwise I'll use frozen banana. So we put in a little bit of flaxseed. I usually use like 1 tablespoon of flaxseed, a tablespoon of, this is mixed chia seed and hemp hearts. Both of these I think are pretty good for, I usually put a little bit more of this one, pretty good for bowel movements. Yes, we're talking about bowel movements here. I know. As well as giving you some omega-3. So I actually use flax powder. That gives you more of the omegas than the bulk for the stool. This is more for the bulk for the stool. So we kind of get both. So it can be green smoothie. So I'll add a scoop of wheatgrass in there. And then last but not least, I'm gonna put in the spinach. Frozen spinach, super easy. I didn't have any greens with my lunch today, which is rare. So it's weird, which made me think, you know what, I should probably get some greens with my smoothie today. So that's all she wrote. This is not right. Huh? Okay, once it's blended, I pour it into a nice glass. Look how good that looks. It's so freaking green. Makes me feel like I'm doing something good for myself. So that is my dinner. If I'm still hungry, what I'll probably do is either open up a can of tuna and have that, like a little can, or I'll eat one of the hard-boiled eggs that I cooked for breakfast or that I just like to have around as a snack. Some extra protein that I'll get into my body. And there you have it. That's what I eat in a day. Cheers.